now to the good stuff.
Hey everyone, so this video has been requested and I could see why, I can understand why. People are asking, what did I do at my government job? And people are asking, why did I quit? Why did I quit my job? How do you make money? Like, Amberlynn, what the fuck is going on? Okay, I feel like my shirt is not cooperating. Let's try to fix this real quick. Whatever, it is what it is. Okay. Before I start talking about any of this, I just want to say that I know I'm going to get a lot of hate. I know opinions will vary completely. But I want you guys to understand.
You know, it makes me wonder, because a lot of the time when she talks about people giving her hate, she smiles about it. Or she laughs. And I don't really understand why, unless she kind of enjoyed it.
That I know I'm going to get a lot of hate.
I mean, that's pretty bizarre.
I know opinions will vary.
And when people lick their lips like that, so when people lick their lips like that, it's kind of like, and she does this a lot, it's sort of like nanny nanny boo boo, you know, like when, pardon the pun, boo boo, but it's kind of like when a kid sticks out their tongue.
That I know I'm going to get a lot of hate. I know opinions will vary completely. But I want you guys to understand that what someone does with their life is up to them. What I choose to do with my life is up to me. If it turns out to
Well, isn't that obvious 3 years later?
be really bad, that's my learning experience. If this decision turns out to be positive, that's amazing. I want everyone to know before people are like, well, why are you mooching off of Destiny? Why are you having her pay for everything? I pay for all my stuff.
There was a little bit of contempt in her mouth just then.
Having her pay for everything.
Now look at her bottom lip. Do you see how tight her lips were?
If it turns out to be really bad, that's my learning experience. If this decision turns out to be...
She really doesn't give a shit what happens with her life, quite honestly. She doesn't. Either that or she thinks she knows best. So there's that.
Be positive, that's amazing. I want everyone to know before people are like, well, why are you mooching off of Destiny? Why are you having her pay for everything? I pay for all my stuff myself. I do make money off of YouTube and off of you now.
I don't know if I believe that she pays for all her stuff.
Those are now my jobs, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But I just want to say that I have made this decision, and I mean, what anyone says is really just their opinion. Not everyone is going to know the full story or anything like that, because that's just how it goes. But my government job was, I was working for the VA, and I would document, I would index, I would split and separate veterans files, just tons and tons and
tons. She's embellishing.
Files, and it was all through the computer, and I would sit and sit and sit all day long, just constantly doing this all day long.
She's holding something back.
I had really long hours, 10 hours, 12-hour shifts, and we got a couple 10-hour breaks and
a couple of 10-hour breaks?
30-minute lunch.
Oh.
And
that wasn't enough time for me to consume all of my food. Sorry, that was mean. I shouldn't have said that.
I'm just going to tell you now, I did enjoy my job.
That eye roll was suspicious.
I really, truly did. I loved it.
Okay, wait a minute.
I loved it.
She didn't love it. She shook her head.
I went through a lot of training, and when I first started training, I was like, how am I ever going to know what to do?
I don't think she went through a lot of training, quite honestly. How much training does it take to learn how to file things on a computer?
Because indexing and splitting the documents is a lot harder than it sounds. And when I say documents, I mean files. Everything has a certain name to them.
I'm really trying to figure out, and I think the truth will be revealed at some point in this video, why she keeps looking over here. And but she is fixated over here. And unless, oh, I don't know.
And it was difficult. It's very hard to learn, but I did learn, and it's really.
That was kind of a disbelief. I don't think she actually felt like when she was there she was doing it the right way.
It's very hard to learn, but I did learn, and it's really.
So that was either she doesn't feel like she learned everything she was supposed to learn, or she's just in disbelief that she actually learned it. But either way, I'm really seriously on the fence about that.
Weird, because when I was being trained, the trainers did tell you, like, one day you're gonna wake up and it's just gonna click, and I was like, no, it's not, but it did, it clicked, and I really did. I loved working there. I loved the people I worked with. I made tons of.
She didn't love working there, but she did love the people.
Friends, and I enjoyed going to work. I really did.
Truth.
But as an obese girl, oh god, I hate this. Like, I hate this so much. Sitting for 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 8.
Something is odd. She has looked over here both times when she said 10 hours. Now remember, in that one video where I was calling out her saying that she... There's something there with the 10 hours.
8 hours a day, 9 hours a day is good for you. You can get blood...
Girl, I hear that shit, y'all. I worked at an advertising agency for 10 years. Well, not the same one. I worked at 3 different ones. I had a physical scheduled with my doctor, and turns out, because I was extremely active in college, okay? Like, I went to a very hilly campus. I was very in shape, walking everywhere, going upstairs, going up hills. I was super in shape. And as soon as I started working in the real world, I found myself sitting most of the day. I mean, it wasn't like all day, every day, but it was a majority of the day. And after 10 years of doing that, my body really started reacting to it. I was having a lot of hip problems. I was having a lot of stomach issues. And it turns out my physical revealed that I was vitamin D deficient, which was something I had never been in my life. I had to go to the chiropractor probably about 25 times to finally get everything aligned again because I had been sitting for so long. My eyes got screwed up from staring at a computer screen all day. My level of stress, and advertising is a pretty stressful job, so my levels of stress were just crazy. So of course there's things like cortisol that builds up in your body, and your ability to and constant exposure to these people with their sick children and them carrying their sickness into the office. It fucked up my body.
Palpitations. My anxiety was through the roof at work. I was getting anxiety attacks. I would have to run to the bathroom, and
I don't think she got anxiety attacks. I think she just probably got incredibly flustered because anxiety attacks are much more intense than what she probably experienced.
And I would just sit in a stall and cry sometimes. And might I add you,
I believe that.
They're very strict on, like, bathroom time, which I understand because you're under production. You have to meet a certain quota.
But I'm a big girl, and when I have to poop, I have to poop. And I can't be timed on my pooping.
Image count weekly and daily, hourly. And don't get me wrong, I did meet those things. I was very good at what I did. I always met the leaderboard, and I was above and beyond quality and quantity. So I was good at
I don't know.
I was above and beyond quality and quantity. So I was good at what I did. But my anxiety was really bad, and I started noticing that my feet was swelling really bad. My legs started swelling, my hands, and honestly, I can turn this to it's because I'm fat, because of my sodium intake, because of this and because of that. And I started noticing I was just cramping really bad from sitting 12 hours a day.
No,
and
see, I don't know about that. I really think there may have been one shift of 12 hours.
A lot of people in the comments, I'm just going to say it before you guys say it, a lot of people are like, well, what about cops? They're up and they're doing things all day, and firefighters. I know, and I'm so grateful for them. But I feel like not everyone can do certain jobs. Like me, I can't be a firefighter. You watching this, you can't be a surgeon. I feel like certain people are cut out for certain jobs. And for me, I can't do a job where I sit for 12 hours a day. And trust me, more than anything, I wish I was able to stand up at my job and walk around at
Lie.
my job. And
she did want to walk around, but the idea of standing at a job didn't appeal to her. And when she says trust me, I'm sorry, you can't trust her.
You can't do that. You're under a production, and you're under a quota, and I wasn't able to do that. I started getting really bad cramps, etc., etc.
You already said that.
All of this, I was trying to hide the best I could via YouTube.
She did not. I guarantee you she did not hide any of that at work. She probably complained constantly.
The people around me, I didn't really want anyone knowing that I was hurting. And it's kind of weird to say
performance. There's a certain look she gets in her eyes when she's performing.
Because, sitting 12 hours...
Okay, so here's what she does. Whenever she's doing a performance, you can tell because she'll look at the camera and she'll furrow her eyebrows in this like micro expression, okay? And that's like a performance that she probably learned from somebody on the television. I don't know what movies she was watching at this time, but she is a chameleon. So she picks up things. So in her last video about quitting Optavia, whatever, she was saying wild a lot. I am extremely convinced that her coach says wild a lot. People like her who don't have any self-identity are chameleons. They will take what they like about other people and they will sew it into themselves. Okay?
The day is not... A lot of people would love to do that. I just didn't. And having a slip disc... Oh my god, it comes and goes, let me tell you.
There was a weird twitch in her cheek just then.
Slip disc. Oh my god, it comes and goes, let me tell you. But when you're sitting on...
Isn't that convenient?
On certain chairs, it hurts.
Why are you smiling about it? She may very well have a slip disc, but I think... A lot of the time when she's complaining about things, but she's smiling, I think it's because she's happy that she has something to complain about. She likes having problems. She likes having issues because it gets her more attention and it gives her something to talk about.
I know a lot of people were like, oh my god, Amberlynn quit because she couldn't fit in the chairs. No, I could fit in the chairs. I could fit on all the chairs. And they were comfortable, but it's like... When you have so many health issues like I do, which is fucking pathetic, I'm 26 years old and I shouldn't have that many health issues, like, it's bound to happen. And on top of all the mental...
When you have as many health issues as me, it's bound to happen. Okay, there's something strange about that. Just watch it again. I'll see if maybe you can see it.
When you have so many health issues like I do, which is fucking pathetic, I'm 26 years old and I shouldn't have that many health issues, like, it's bound to happen. And
when she did her eyes over here, there was something strange about it. Some of the time when I'm having a hard time reading her body language, I'm using my intuition. And again, I've said this before, but just like a detective would use their intuition based on their experience in doing their job, I'm using my intuition and reading Amberlynn because I've done it so much now, and I am clued in on her overall personality enough to know that when she did that right there, what she's saying is anybody with the amount of problems that I say that I have would have this many issues as I claim to have. She pulled that information from somebody else, okay? And she's saying that it's bound to happen. So, of course, I can use this as an excuse because as many problems as I have, it should be no surprise that this is happening.
I have so many health issues like I do, which is fucking pathetic. I'm 26 years old and I shouldn't have that many health issues. Like, it's bound to happen.
See?
And on top,
she's remembering somebody telling her that.
On top of all the mental and the physical that I was experiencing, I had animals at home. I had animals that I wanted to love.
So on top of all of that I was experiencing, I had animals to love.
And I wanted to take care of.
True.
They did not deserve being home alone for 12, 10, 13.
She looked down again.
13, 14.
What? You might as well just say 24. You worked a 24-hour shift, Amberlynn.
Hours alone. Did I say that right? They just didn't deserve being alone that long. That's not okay. Don't get me wrong.
She got so caught up in her embellishment right here that she forgot what she was saying.
Water out for them, food out for them, the ability for them to play with their toys and to sleep and to be comfortable under that circumstance. But emotionally, they didn't have any.
Do you know how many people work full-time jobs and have pets?
Anyone there, and to me, I didn't like that. I talked to Destiny about that all the time, and we did not want our animals to be home alone for that long, especially Twinkie. Twinkie is a dog. Our 3 cats are super independent. I feel like maybe possibly they didn't even give a fuck that we weren't here, but
yeah, they probably didn't.
My dog Twinkie totally cared. I know she did. Every time we came home, she was the happiest little thing I've ever seen in my life.
She's a dog.
And every time we left, she was sad. And I felt guilty and more guilty.
That's a normal dog behavior.
As the days went on, and like, now I'm able to be here. I'm able to take her out. I'm able to play with her and to love her and let her know, like, people are here for her. I don't know. It's like, I just did not feel comfortable. I know a lot of people have animals and full-time jobs, but our job was a lot of hours. A lot of hours. It wasn't just, 8 hours a day. It was a lot more than that, and it was becoming very stressful for me. And Destiny and I talked about it a lot. It was a lot of hours. A lot of hours. It wasn't just 8 hours a day. It was a lot more than that, and it was becoming very stressful.
I know a lot of people who work government jobs, and I worked in an office that was in between 2 floors of government workers, and I also worked at an ad agency that worked directly on many different accounts with a particular large government agency in Texas. Government workers, number one, get a lot of days off, a lot. And they do not come into work on their days off. Another thing about government workers, just like she was saying, the government jobs are sticklers to schedules, okay? So, for instance, if we at my office decided to go to lunch right at noon, we would have to wait for the elevator because every single person in the offices above us and below us would be going to lunch at the same time. They would come back at the same time. But if somebody had to leave work at 5 o'clock, they would have to wait for the elevators or go down the stairs because government jobs are very extremely on schedule. So it is extremely surprising to me that she was working 12 hours just as a clerical worker, okay? That's why I don't believe that. I don't believe it one single bit.
For me. And Destiny and I talked about it a lot. She really wanted me to quit because she knows that I can do YouTube. She knows I make money from YouTube. I will say the money working for the VA, they know how to pay very well. We were paid good, let me tell you. And
would you like to brag about it anymore?
That's one of the reasons why I kept the job for as long as I did. On top of loving it. But it just, it didn't feel right. I was in pain, and when I went to the hospital that one time for my heart palpitations, the doctor told me someone my weight, I should not be sitting all day. Being home, I can get up, I can walk, I can move, and when I'm up and cleaning, like, I clean a lot, I don't know what it is, like, or, you know, taking Twinkie out, etc., etc., like, I'm moving more now that I'm home than I did while I had my other job. And a lot of people, this part gets me. A lot of people are like, Amberlynn, you quit your job so you can just be fucking lazy. My government job was the
that's
laziest
sass.
job in the fucking world.
But I thought it was challenging, Amberlynn.
Sat there all day, and if you got up to go to the bathroom, like...
That's why. That's the whole reason she didn't want to work there anymore.
Trainers and supervisors would run in after you. Come on, you have to meet your production. And
but if you were exceeding expectations on quantity, Amberlynn, why on earth would they be on your ass?
I couldn't get up. I couldn't stand there. Oh my god, trust me. There was this girl who was like falling asleep.
Trust me. Why? What is there to trust? Why are you saying trust me right now?
Sleep at work. Like, it happened a lot because we didn't get much sleep. And so she tried standing up and working. And
I'm sorry, I don't believe the hours that she's talking about. So, oh yeah, so another reason that I know that she wasn't working 12 hours is because the government doesn't want to pay overtime. Okay, let's look. We're going to look. Regular 8-hour day, 2 15-minute breaks, usually one in each half of the day. I don't believe it.
And they wouldn't let her do that. So a lot of people did ask me, like, Amberlynn, why didn't you just stand at work? Because I wasn't allowed to. It was very, like, strict, but it was also just a nice place. Like, I loved working there. And I did have a moment where I was like, okay, I regret this. Like, I hate being home all day. Like, I hate it more than anything. I try my hardest to find things to do throughout the home. Okay, I regret this. Like, I hate being home all day. Like, I hate it more than anything. I try my hardest.
No, she doesn't. And she doesn't try her hardest.
To find things to do throughout the home.
No, she doesn't.
Throughout the home. Throughout my home.
It's because, see, because she's making it up. She's not talking about herself. She's just making something up.
And it's sometimes really hard. That's why I'm trying to focus a lot on YouTube and doing You Now. And that brings me to my next thing. Amberlynn, where the fuck do you get money from? I get money from YouTube. I get money from You Now. I have always, like, years ago, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want YouTube to become my job. And I never thought it would happen, honestly. It was just like one of those, like, little dreams you have in your head, and you're like, that shit is never going to happen. It's just something you dream about. And now I can. And a lot of people are extremely skeptical about how much does Amberlynn really make on YouTube? And I feel like that's not really an appropriate question to ask. And I want people to know that money isn't everything.
Money isn't everything.
Ask, and I want people to know that money isn't everything. I will let you know I do get paid very well on YouTube, and I'm very grateful for that, and that's like not why I'm on here. Like, I've been on YouTube for almost 4 years, and this is the first year that I actually am getting paid quality money. And I know everyone's like definition of like good money is completely different. I understand that, but I want people to know that if you can take care of yourself and if you can live happily and comfortably, then that's okay. And I don't know, I feel like people have a very black and white look on money, but trust me, there is a gray area. It's not, oh, you make a ton of money, so you're super happy, that's awesome, or oh, you make such little money, that's fucking stupid, you need to go, like, move on with your life. Like, that's not how it works. I have explained to you guys before that I do make really good money on YouTube. I make more on YouTube than I did working for the government.
How much more are you going to talk about how much you make? Like, she has mentioned so much in the last video and this video. She is definitely humble bragging.
And like I said, they pay fucking an amazing amount of money, and like, that's why people freaking stay there. Like, I have talked to so many people there, and they're like, I want to quit. It's too many hours. I don't have time with my family. I don't have time with my animals. I don't have time to do anything, and I have all this money, and I don't know what to do with it. But they're like, you know what? It's worth it because the money. Like, the money is really good. But anyways, I do make more on YouTube than I did with a government job. And I just want to say, money isn't everything as long as you are living comfortably or whatever. Like, everyone's life is completely different. Some people only make $1,000 a month working full-time fucking jobs. Like, it really just depends on where you live and where you come from. I just don't think it's anyone's business or anything like that. Like,
oh, but yet you're going to just keep telling us that it's a lot, huh?
like, how much people make. And I don't think it's anyone's business why people do the things that they do and the choices that they make. Everyone's life is different. And, yeah. So I just want everyone to know that YouTube is my full-time job now, and that's why I'm trying my hardest to create more videos for you guys.
Now, she looked down, she said full-time job. It's because she doesn't do it full-time. She doesn't technically do it full-time. She does it once a day, if that.
Guys, because I'm not a daily uploader, but I'm trying my hardest to be.
So that's not full-time, girlfriend.
I'm trying my hardest to come up with videos that I feel like you guys want to see, and if you don't, I'm sorry, but if you do, thank you so much for watching. But yeah, so
you see how long this video is? This is why I watch it 1.5 speed. But now, ever since the Amberlynn fart incident, now I feel like I have to watch it on regular speed because I'm gonna miss out on something.
obviously there's a little bit more to the story than that.
What? What's...
Like, I can't get into super detail about my health because it is things that, you know, do embarrass me. And I don't want to sit here and ramble. But, yes, I know people are going to judge me. And I feel like to judge someone on their choices is kind of stupid. But whatever, it is what it is. Amberlynn quit her job. And now everyone can stop talking about it. Anyways, I think I covered most of what I wanted to cover. I don't really know. Anyways, I love you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
So anyway, there you have it. That's the video, and it was excruciating to have to sit there at regular speed. Okay, so peace, love. I will see you guys in my next video, or you'll see me, I guess. Or no, you won't see me either. Oh, shit. Okay, bye now.
Take this job and shove it.